Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4, where we're going to start today with a little dive into a feature that I missed that a couple of people have now pointed out to me in different ways. And apologies, I don't want to start the episode off on a negative foot, but I'm a little annoyed about the way this works. So, we have a Whispering Stone, right? When you mouse over the Whispering Stone thing here, it says, used to negotiate with free cities. Pretty straightforward. If you mouse over the text Whispering Stones inside of the Whispering Stone box, however, it clarifies that also you could give them to your own cities to gain city stability. It doesn't clarify how you would do that or exactly in what way it grants city stability, but it will do that thing. So if we pop over here to the encyclopedia, maybe looking for a little bit more information, you already know what's about to happen. We're gonna find just the text of that tooltip is the only entry in the encyclopedia. This is so strange to me. Why bother to have these features in the game if you're not going to use them? This is where all of the math goes. In the entry for the Whispering Stone, you explain to me exactly in what way it gives your city stability. Now, I kind of know because I went and looked it up on the internet, but I shouldn't have to do that, especially if your game has an encyclopedia built in. So what it actually does is, if you put a Whispering Stone in a city, it gives the city 2 city stability per turn, stacking up to I believe 30 points at maximum. And then when you take the Whispering Stone away from the city to do something else with it, that bonus decays over time. It doesn't disappear immediately. How valuable is that exactly? Here's the thing. The city stability entry in the encyclopedia here is actually a pretty good example of a good way to do this thing, right? It's got the breakdown here. It's not just what is it. It tells you exactly how it works. High stability boosts food and production income. Low stability reduces city income. This is an overview. It's not enough information. But then when you come down here and you mouse over these do give you the actual numbers. This is how all of the encyclopedia entries need to be. This right here, this is the baseline. So if we push city stability up above certain thresholds, we will get production, draft, and food. It doesn't directly output knowledge, doesn't directly affect our knowledge output, but more food and more production will increase the rate at which the city does gain knowledge increases and stuff. You know, cities being more effective is generally increasing for whatever stat we're optimizing for, right? And we could get that as high as 15%. If you dip below -10, you start to lose city income, which, if this is to be believed, simply applies a net reduction to all of your resource outputs. So, pretty bad. I think this is kind of a fiddly system. This Whispering Stones go to your cities thing. I kind of wish that this wasn't here, because I think it's just kind of annoying to manage. But I especially think it's unforgivable that the place where you go to look at your Whispering Stones says that they don't do this, or at least it implies that they don't do this. It has a listed use, and that use doesn't include this thing. So that kind of sucks. We're gonna go and put the city, or we're gonna put our Whispering Stone in the city. And I want you to look at this UI and tell me, where's the button for this? This I also actually had to go look up on the internet, because once I knew, okay, it's a thing you can do and it has these benefits, I had to go ask somebody else who plays the game how to do it, because it's not here. The way you do this is, it's a hidden button on this panel that you can only open by pressing the city information button on the panel for a city. Why? Why does this work this way? And the thing is, like, you have this city overview panel. This would be a fine place for there to just like be a button, right? If you click on Whispering Stones, maybe it could offer you up a panel that like shows you exactly where your stones are and has a button for distributing them to the places they could go or something. Like, there's a lot of good fixes for this. This is not an acceptable way for this to work. Anyway, Sorry, the maximum bonus is 20. See, here it does actually... This text exists in the game. Why isn't this in the place where you have to already know that this is good and a thing to do before you even go looking for this button? I don't know. It's pretty baffling to me. Anyway, we're going to be pushing our city stability up. We're at 10 right now, so we're going to get into a threshold of bonuses pretty fast here. Okay, actually, we're already getting... Ooh, boy. I don't love the fact that we're already at 10, and it simply doesn't say that it's doing a thing for us. Is it obvious in here? Domain multipliers. No. No, it doesn't. It doesn't list in the... Oh, well, that's not one of the resources. Never mind. Yes, okay. In the resources themselves, it does tell you you are getting this because of the stability. But it should absolutely say that here, right? Like stay underneath this line, or there's so much information in this game that it just doesn't tell you. It just doesn't feel like you need to know that. That's not important for you. And I do not get it at all. Okay, anyway. So what do we got here? We have 2 units that can't quite get together and also can't quite get into... Yeah, they can't quite get into position to defend each other. I think this one's defended by the city, judging by what happened when we tried to attack that stack in the last game. But our poor scout here definitely isn't. So, are you rescuable? If I pay 4 gold to rush out this arcane guard, could I, with the arcane guard, just rush this dude and... It's a high-risk battle. But we have magic. I think our scout's probably dead if I don't do something. And we're only allowed to rush complete 1 unit per turn. So the fact that I had to pay the 4 gold means that I can't, like, power out an evoker or something here. Trixie. I probably do want to build an evoker, actually. That's probably fine. Yeah. Our ruler leveled up from fighting monsters up on the surface. What do we want? This is such a strong aesthetic. I love it very much. I mean, like, restore is not bad, right? Lightning evocation is also not bad. Base 90% chance of tagging standard resistance on 3 targets. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Magic attacks gain 80% damage until the end of next turn. But, you know, you'd prefer to just, like, get it right? Why not attack this turn and next turn? You cast that as, like, the enemy is coming up to you. We're not going to be doing any physical ranged attacks. Defense 1 is pretty okay, I guess. There's definitely something to be said about sprint, especially given that we are flankers. But I think I'm going to pull lightning evocation. It's really nice to have a spell that hits from that distance. And the more of those you have, the more oppressive the effect of it on your enemies. So I think that's reasonable. Okay, that's just a stack of production. And there is some kind of thing squatting on top of it. Do we want to bring this army back underground? I'm wondering if I don't know where the infestation is that this thing came from, but we probably need to deal with it at some point, right? And then there's this free city over here that we're gonna have to fight. And just conquering an already extant free city with a research post and stuff would probably be a pretty good way to expand our early game research output. That's Archon blood too. Yeah, we're establishing a city up top. I think we want to just come back down. Let's head back in the general direction of doing that. I don't know. Newly founded or absorbed cities start with an extra population. Founding cities is faster. You know, we're about to start a new city, right? Like, see no reason not to do that. So we'll get our tranquility pool quickly on that one. That's cool. I think I am just going to jump you, because I think you're going to kill my scout if I don't, and I don't know if this will actually end up any better. I guess it just has to put the combat enchantments to one side. It doesn't have a place to put like a thing that goes in the middle that's being caused by nobody and affects everybody. But that's pretty weird, right? That you should be able to just put that stuff top center. If I hit auto combat, what happens? I keep my scout, but I lose my melee unit. Let's try it manually. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if that is the real result, because like our melee unit is going to be all alone in trying to keep these things at bay. It probably is going to be pretty harsh. So you should be pretty fast. We're going to want to group up here. Are these impassable tiles or are these just high foliage? Okay, these are high foliage. Let's just try to group up. We want to be as far away from them as possible while we're waiting for our spells to become available. All right, beautiful. That's a wonderful setup for a fulmination. Our star blades are going off. Cool, I guess. So yeah, Arcanist, these are bad units. Do these things have the leap? They do. So from here, they can jump 3 more spaces. The thing is, we want to get into them. We want to get into a fight with them in a spot where they can't realistically use the high foliage as cover against us. So I want to tussle over here, I think. Okay, you're in the one space of that. I guess it doesn't really matter where I put you, just somewhere. All right. Let's see how this goes. One of them caught the Domain of Mayhem and webbed the others. That's very fun. Combat's going to be pretty unpredictable here, what with the way that all works. I think we're pretty good. I'm actually just going to pass the turn, I think. Okay, one of them is still capable of actually fighting. Okay, so that one just died horribly. And we just flattened this dude, right? Let's drop an ablation over there. Can anyone get close enough to hit him? Well, hold on, maybe. Because if I kill this guy, then I open up the ability to move through some tiles that were not available to move through before. He's dead. You're good. No, the answer is still we can only get 1 tile away. Because the thing is, I do want to put myself in a position where if my units go berserk... Oh, no, we got another 2 turns until that potentially happens. I guess we can just hang out then. Are you seriously gonna crash? Okay. All right, I'm gonna I'll pause the video and I'm just gonna fix this and we'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We didn't even get to attack it. At the end of its turn, it moved, and then at the end of its turn, it died from the electrified damage. So, actual 0 damage. I'm assuming that, because this game does not do math, like Total War, it actually does simulate the battle, is my understanding. I'm assuming that in the simulation of the battle, the Berserk procs must have landed differently. What is that? Free small creature. Okay, yeah, I'll run over there and grab that. Got some Marauder Guards over here on top of... looks like some books, maybe? All right. Stuff to gather, stuff to grab. I also think the game should crash less often. but I know that I'm hearing reports that it's crashy for a lot of people. That said, my computer is like borderline haunted. It's gently haunted is what I would say. And I'm not prepared to blame the game exclusively. Okay, so we are boosted on this. Do I want to just grab this? Gives us access to another type of unit, but also knowledge. Knowledge is good. A quarry and a forester. We have a forester in this city, so let me actually pop for population here. We're gonna grab a quarry. We don't have any particular direction that it makes sense to quarry in, right? I'm just gonna quarry this way, I guess. And then with the boost, let's make an Arcane Institute happen. We finished our scroll of attunement, which is like fine. Let's go back up top here. The outpost has outposted. We gotta give it a second. I did just spend the Imperium. Well, whatever. We'll get it. It would be kind of nice to pull these materials. Yeah. Maybe what we do here is we just like hang out there for the moment, because that's a production stockpile, right? We just hang out here until that is ready to go, and then we until this turns into a city, then we pop that for the build. We'll get there. All right, are y'all ready to take on this fight? It's a little close. Let's go over here and grab this small creature. Whatever this thing is, it can probably help us with the battle. And you need to figure out... That looks like books. Where the hell did that monster come from? Is any of this stuff diggable? That is, I suppose. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an infestation around here. Maybe it was from the small infestation that was north of us. Maybe it like spawned something before we destroyed it, and those things wandered off, and then they just got back. All right, let's do some more research. So we got some lowered stuff here. I think we are going to go ahead and grab lightning blades. We are getting through our early researches quickly, which would seem to be important to potentially winning a magic victory. Because you have to learn an awful lot of things. What's that? It's a Gortusk piglet. Adorable. Take this friend. Unite with this friend. Alright, y'all need to hang out for another turn or so. Come over here and remove some of the rock. One more research cycle gets us the thing we want. And yeah, I definitely think lightning focus is worth having. We are a battle mage heavy composition right now. We could go for some unit enchantments. The polearm units gaining a little bit of damage is certainly interesting. I don't think I care about Scroll of Attunement right now. But do we want to throw this up? It would have a pretty low upkeep cost, but also a pretty small overall effect. I think I'm not going to bother. Let's stockpile mana for the moment. We have seen in the past how you can get into a situation where it really pays to have a big stockpile, so... Alright, did digging this out reveal any kinds of cool resources or anything? No, not really. Is that another diggable block? Nope, it looks like earth, but it is not removable. Okay. Alright, we should be able to handle this, I would think. Given that we have magic and they don't. What are these things? Wild speakers. Ooh, these have conjure animal. I think still just go for it. Yeah, just go for it. Ooh, wow, it wants to kill my whole army. We could probably do better than that, yeah? Fingers crossed on the lack of a crash here. I do like these big mushroom forest battles. I think this is a cool bio. It's a bummer that they're all gonna summon their animals now, and I don't get to just fulminate right in their faces. So we're gonna back up a little bit here because I want them to have to cross a lot of ground while I have spells available, just like last time. There is the danger. There is the danger of the domain of mayhem. Okay, they did not position themselves in such a way as to protect against fulmination. 3 electrifies. Nice. Good odds, good odds. Well, I can move up and get mean. These things do not have the leap. These guys have a fairly powerful ranged attack, though. At least it doesn't have the chance of causing the poisoned status. You can charge strike pretty hard. But I can attack from outside of charge strike range. I think we got to step up. I think not doing this was a mistake before. We got to step up a little bit just to ensure that if the mayhem mark goes off, it doesn't kill us. Oh, the piglet's, sorry. The piglet's not a scout. I was like trying to position it like it was a scouting unit. You can just hang out. Yeah, my poor units are available as targets. There's not much we can do about that, but we can at least stand in the foliage. But I want to be in a position where I could potentially harm somebody if we go berserk. I did get berserked a little bit. Alright. Yep, and see, none of us were in range of that thing's attack. You gonna unleash that berserk beast, are you? Okay. It's up to you. I'm not your dad. Alright, that's some good berserking, y'all. If they're berserk, no, I cannot click on them to get a sense of how far they can move. That's worrying. Do we want to just fulminate again? Or would I rather drop a cosmic ablation given this thing's buffedness? I think it's probably better to spread the damage out because it remains berserked for another turn, right? This doesn't actually specify any attack that creates a status effect should specify a duration for that effect. Yeah, see, it says 1 turn, but I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's going to wear off at the end of my turn or at the end of their turn. This could be clearer. I guess I'm going to go for the ablation. Let's just kill it now, just in case it was going to be able to attack us. And then you are not yet in a position to do bodily harm. I want to be able to run like a considerable distance before I hit them, right? Because I get bonus... Well, I get bonus damage per hex traveled up to 3 hexes. I'm probably in an okay spot right now, frankly. But maybe I'd be better off moving further away. I'm gonna take it right there. Okay. Alright, the berserk did wear off there. Even a single tile move was pretty damn compelling. It is so weird that the rest of the melee attack animations have to play out even if the enemy is dead. Alright, once again, AI not so good at the video game. We got ourselves an experience level. So as a champion, okay, you already have your elite medal. Cool. Cool. Okay. These armies are doing great things. This is going to take one more turn before that is properly a city. So y'all get to just hang out once more. I'm generating as much HP for this arcane guard as I can, but I think he's going to have to stay out of battle entirely to survive. This is going to pop up with a bonus point of population, right? So let's go ahead and... Oh. A distraught member of the council requests an urgent meeting. I like that there are like some people in our society just veil themselves all the time. There's world building in there somewhere. Our scouts reported sightings of bad stuff. Okay. The cave rabbits will panic when they notice the corrupt souls are nearby. Quickly, oh your croakliness. You must dispatch them. I know this is a little screwed up, but I'm fine with it. Y'all, fucking educate yourselves. You terrible. Terribly embarrassing. Loses 17 stability for 6 turns. This is okay. I want the knowledge. This gives me race relation. And also mystery bonus. This does not give me mystery bonus. See, that's interesting. You know, maybe we should take the I'm curious what the mystery bonus is. Do I get to know? Not really. But I do get race relation. Whatever. Okay, heroes. New heroes. We should definitely bring on a new hero, right? What is a trainer? Big XP boost, actually. And also, you're just kind of like rad looking. You generated very cool. Congratulations on the coolness. And you do lightning damage, which is a thing we have strong feelings about. This other one, shield wall, horse stuff. We're going to take the caster, I think. Welcome aboard. I am going to have you... Is this thing going to attack us? It's pretty tough. But you can outrun it. Obviously, we want to merge these units up. I should probably buy out this evoker. And we should probably build... Like, we're going to need... Am I going to need another melee unit? Honestly, let's just make another evoker. Alright, got our lightning focus. Rad. Chapter completed. Pick a new tome. And I think we want a shadow tome. So which of the 2 shadow tomes is the most exciting? Soul harvesting for the ability to build some undead eventually. Or icy stuff. Well, you know, the School of Cryomancy is certainly compelling as a production thing. We're not going to get any mana out of it, but it's a thing that counts as a research post, but doesn't have to be built in a research post location. I don't think our frost weapons are very compelling. But we're going to get some like direct damage spells out of this, I imagine. Maybe not, actually. Okay. There's a damage spell and it inflicts a status effect. It's mostly about the status effect. Battle mage that can inflict frozen. Okay. I think this is fine.
When all the world has turned to ice, I see a pure frost.
All right, try to focus on drafting those options. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's no reason to move this out or not to move this out. We're going to merge all this stuff together, you know. Anyway. Okay, now we actually want to do this. So first of all, I want to go ahead and grab the research post on top of the tranquility pool. That's just like a huge no-brainer. A desecrated temple. +2 knowledge per research post in this city's domain. Hey now. And it gives a big chunk of mana, which is actually really nice. So that's okay, and it's within 2 of our city. That's really, really good news. All right, let's grab some production. We can afford to continue to go hard on the casting. Okay, cool. It didn't even kill any of my units. Good enough for me. So 63 production for the city, and we're gonna jump back down here and see about maybe conquering that that other city over there, probably. All right, y'all merge up. In order to upgrade this, I would need, or to boost this, I would need another quarry, which we'll get in 5 turns. Does it make sense? It probably makes sense to just spend some time doing something else then. Or we could grab this now and then next turn we can spend some Imperium to buy population. Although, do we have anything else critical coming up soon? Farms are extra effective is certainly a good one. That's a fair amount of mana. We're definitely going to want Philosopher Soldiers, like basically as soon as that's available. But no, like nothing in the immediate future. So it's probably a granary or a stone conjurer. I'm gonna go for the granary, I guess. Yeah. As ever, more food is more good. And then here, some important stuff to build. Start in on the storehouse. Actually, we can attract population here. I mean, I definitely want to grab this farm, right? Or I suppose it could be this farm, but we want to grab a farm and we want to reach out toward that. Oh. Okay, there's another city nearby. Well, we boosted this. I might go ahead and do that. That way we'll build the storehouse more quickly when it's finished. Oh, and I should assign a governor to Mistuary. More food, more mana. And yeah. So we are not allowed to be friendly with any of these cities. I don't think I want to be building units here. I think I want to be getting the food conversion as little as it is. So we're going to need a force that can deal with the whatever army lurks within that wonder. Probably this army just needs like a little bit of a push. Alright, in encountering the Harbingers of Misfortune, the sight of the terrible creatures causes fear to ripple through the cave rivets. The deafening silence betrays the hesitation of your troops. We could just go do it anyway. -10 morale doesn't really feel like that much, but again, I don't actually know what -10 means mechanically, like in terms of how it affects our crit rate or whatever. We could pay half of our on-hand gold to not have to deal with the morale penalty. I think we could just do it. Y'all, we outnumber them by so much. Just fucking figure it out, please. Okay, I am certain we can beat that. Come on. I don't know that my melee units need to get involved in this combat at all, honestly. All right, my guess is they're just going to run into evocation range. So they have a crushing anguish that always hits, doesn't do any damage. Oh no, okay. Has a chance of killing units if the unit does not die. It sustains 30 frost damage. But the unit has to have a morale of low or worse. And our units are at neutral. So I guess just, yeah, stand over here. Let's try to gather up a little bit. You are probably just going to stay out of the way. You know, I want these things a little bit further forward, actually. Okay, good enough. Did they move into range? They sure did. So actually, did they actually just move into normal attack range? Huh. What a weird decision. Well, I would rather do real attacks than arc. Or would I? It's 17 damage twice, or 15 damage twice. Yeah, I mean, focus them down where you can, right? I would maybe have stopped one tile short of that movement were I them. Okay, the hero would have to move for it, and I think I would rather hit the lightning evocation in this instance, although, gosh, that damage is not so impressive. Ah, whatever. We have an awful lot of ranged damage. Okay, we don't really need to do too much else, but I guess we can. Just run up and give him a zap. Yeah, why not? Don't think I'm in any terrible danger here. They have like a melee strike that's not really that impressive. I don't know. There's no reason for y'all to even participate in this battle, I don't think. And then we'll just give him a quick ablation. You know, just a tiny one, just a minor ablation. The Berserk is not ideal back there. I was not thinking about that. I had already forgotten about the Berserk. That said, I think there's a chance the battle's going to be over before that unit's turn gets processed. Yep, okay. Well, easy enough. Now that they're gone, the Cave Ribbits Council contacts you again and tells you what marvelous work you've done. All my cities get 20 stability for a while. We could gain 54 Imperium from that, which I think oh, wow. Never mind. I was going to say 54 Imperiums over a turn of Imperium. That's cool, but this is a lot of production. That's actually very, very good for us. All right, finished researching that real quick. The Wayfinder enchantment is kind of garbage, but it's also a really fast research. Yeah, you know what? It's a thing. It's a thing that actually is worth having up, probably. I'm gonna rush this. We're gonna drop that unit into this army. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. And then I think we're gonna go threaten Glyphios. Let's see about maybe taking down Glyphios. And this thing, I think, is going above ground. Do some looking around up here. Do we want to... I kind of do want to turn on Lightning Focus. This will be 12 mana per turn. I think it's quite significant, though, and it takes a little bit of wind-up time because of our low casting points. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start winding that up. And... it doesn't probably make a huge amount of sense to be rushing population right now because we have... well, in this city it kind of does. We know what we want to do with it here. So it requires another quarry. Okay. Where do we want to take a quarry? I don't actually know a location where it matters. Let's take it here. All right, so we'll have that available for next turn. We are burning through our gold pretty quickly now, running 2 cities. So I suppose I should be cautious about that. Okay, these were 4 turns off of this. We definitely want to take this the turn it becomes available. I don't know that I would grab either of these even if I could. This is probably not going to come up. Yeah, for the moment we will just hold on. Summon Lesser Snow Spirit. A tier 1 skirmisher with a low chance to inflict frozen. Do I like that better than the Enchanted Crow? I don't honestly think so. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and launch this. It is just straight up bonus damage, no trade-offs at all. Let's go look around in the areas that we might expand to. And I guess I don't want to range too far forward here. I'm actually going to just have a peek. Okay, I was kind of hoping we'd have more vision. So we're... oh no, we are not short. We were 1 gold short of the non-boosted Academy build price. And up top, we don't need a new build for a couple turns. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. We're going to grab that Desecrated Temple soon. I definitely would like Mistuary to already have the point of population waiting so we can conquer it and then just press the button right away. I fear if we leave it open for any amount of time, Presidio will probably take it. Blizzard in 3 turns. So Blizzard with a discount versus Lesser Storm Spirit, a spell that we will never cast. I'm actually going to, even though it's a little slower, I think there's some chance we'll actually use Blizzard. When is Mistuary getting its next province after this? 4 more turns? I think we can afford to, we can afford to take something here. So let's grab a quarry probably, because we already have a farm. What would the quarry speed up? Production of the shrine, which is like definitely not super compelling. And you know, there is something to be said for just get more food, certainly. I think, does this care about what we have just in the sense of research posts? There's a crawler's nest over there. Yeah, let's grab a quarry. And we could start putting up our various scouting enchantments. It's probably worth doing. They're cheap, but we'll get something extra, or we'll get something of value out of them. All right, you just look around. Meeting hostile Stoneforge. Okay, let us inspect the insolent Stoneforge. So these are neutral cities that we just haven't met yet. When we do, we'll get like these notifications, right? Well, they have a magic material. That's interesting. I don't think I want to range forward too much. We want to keep these two units together. Two armies, rather, together. I'm really hoping this is a large enough force to just bully these people out of their town. Would make my life a lot easier. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. I guess we may as well get a slightly closer look. I was trying to select this unit and I clicked on the words that were near the unit's head instead. Okay, hostile Glyphios, a mole people city. The Talpid spellcasters. Yep, so be it. I am, in fact, at war with these people. So they do have an army sitting in their capital. It doesn't look very impressive. We are definitely launching our Wayfinder enchantment. Should have done that before we moved the scout for the turn. Let's get the crow winding up as well. I think we're probably gonna go for the library and then the vendor here. Yeah, adding movement after the fact. It probably improved the remaining movement points so that they remained proportional with the maximum. So I just didn't get the benefit that I would have if I had fired it at the beginning of the turn. Oops. So... a hooded hermit requests an audience. She bears 3 pages from their tomes of magic. You have a reputation of being a scholarly your croakliness, Hornfrog von Frog with Horn. I carry forbidden knowledge. I do love forbidden knowledge. Small horns protrude from under the hermit's hood. Who cares? If we turn the trickster away, our cities will be unhappy with us. I could take some damage to learn Condemnation, which I don't think is very good. Or I could take some damage to learn Ignite. I'm not allowed to take damage to learn Ice Coffin, because I already know Ice Coffin. Well, I don't really want my leader to take a bunch of damage right this second. This is kind of awkward. 25 damage is inflicted with burning, ground is set on fire, or... spirit damage and becomes condemned. Well, I'll tell you, we do have a lot of status effects. Spirit damage seems like a really bad damage type. And this is certainly more compelling as far as just killing the damn thing. But we do have a lot of status effects, and we're probably only going to get more. Is there a chance I'm going to end up fighting heroes while I'm trying to take down these neutrals. I guess I'm going to have soil tenders as soon as we can get it anyway. I need 75 for this, so I think we delayed diplomatic focus by a turn to pick up soil tenders first. But then we do want that additional whispering stone, even though we know that we can't use it to actually interact with any, what do you call it? Yep, okay. Even though we know we can't use it to interact with neutrals. So that's another magic material. This is an army that will kill me if I am still in their reach at the end of the turn, so I guess let's move around a little bit. The Madness of Carissa the Red ascends from a pool of scarlet ichor. That's pretty slick. Okay, so yeah, I'm at war with you. There's literally, like, there's no cost. I just get to adjust my alignment? Sure. We're not into cannibalism. Not this faction. Okay, so we've discovered one of the other actual players. The Clawmark Cave is pretty cool looking. It feels like there are a lot of these that are just like, get a little bit of mana per quarry in your city. My alignment was changed to good. Weird. I would like to do a siege unto you. It's a 2-turn siege, no matter what. We can harass the defenders, or we can undermine the walls. We cannot do both. And I cannot change the time of this battle. I think we'll just throw 60 gold at it. Call that good enough. We have an overwhelming military advantage here against Glyphios anyway. Provided that they don't run in another army from somewhere, which they totally might. I guess I should probably be up here watching my scout to see if my scout gets murked or not. Oh, yep, they're bringing way more troops than are necessary for this fight. We will hit manual combat so that we can attempt to flee. We will hit manual combat, which will crash the game. This fucking thing. All right. Let's, I'm going to pause the recording. There's a little bit more I want to do before we end the episode, so I'll see you in a second. Okay. I successfully ran away. It's so, like, every single time the game crashes, I just reload it and do exactly the same thing, and it works fine the second time. So it's like, I don't know. It's bizarre intermittent issues. Ooh, this is one of Carissa's armies here. Okay, we got to wrap up this this thing in the underground because we got stuff to do up top. Nightmare Weaver, you found your first suspect. Then it's time to teach you about the mind thread. As our Shadrai ally Arachna would say, spiders, etc. Cast the mind thread spell on a goat deer. Okay, you'll find a way to force out what they know of the Gilder Coil. Again, we have the ability to just take negative alignment if we feel like it. Okay, sweet. Whatever. All right. I would like knowledge. Seems like a necessary... It seems like literally a necessary evil. Like, I'm not allowed to say no. All right. Yeah, defeat all the Godir, get the thing. Gotcha. I am a Force Nigh Unstoppable. I've always felt like a Force Nigh Unstoppable. For sure. Extra food from every farm. That's just free stuff. Got ourselves a blizzard. Get to pick a new tome. Probably taking an arcane tome. So, Battle Mage, Watcher. Is this... Okay, this is a world map summon. So, big damage, marks, and has a chance to stun enemies. That's exciting. Guided projectiles makes base attacks of enchanted units ignore obscuring, so yeah, terrain stuff. Okay, ignore some penalties. Mark and sunder resistance. All enemies in the target army provide you with a vision for 15 turns. That actually seems very cool. And we can also build the Tower of True Sight. It's weird that this is a city structure, but it's in the circles instead of in the bonus. Well, I guess because it's something you have to research, not an initial bonus. And the hero skill we can learn off of this one is precognition. That's fine. The Tome of Amplification lets us do even more lightning, and this time with a chain lightning effect. That's kind of cool. Although that's on just ranged and skirmishers, which we don't have a lot of. An amplification pylon is a stationary structure that deals damage and increases the damage of your spells. So it just has a lightning bolt. Summon towers in battle. Okay, that seems fine. Chain lightning is cool. Although it's not all that different from fulmination. So whenever a spell is cast, gain 1 fortune. We could give that to every member of our race, which seems fine. Amplify Minds seems very good. Spell amplification also seems very good. And the resonance fields, yeah, this seems like a winner. The only question, I guess, is whether we would like to do a shadow tome first and try to catch our shadow value up to our arcane value. But I think I'm gonna go for the Tome of Amplification. This one really feels like a winner.
One of the more fascinating aspects of the arcane is that it can be turned back on itself, augmenting and amplifying.
So 200. I think.
A spell, but a true master seeks to perfect it and elevate themselves and their magic beyond what mere practitioners think possible.
I don't like the fact that these spells don't actually tell you how many casting points they are, because that really determines whether I think this one's good or not. Again, there's so much information that absolutely needs to be present in the UI and isn't. Right, I guess this always affects us. And it's a faster research. It's kind of everything is in its favor. All right. No valid targets in army. Okay, but I should still be able to put it up, right? Cuz yeah, like unit enchantments still function when there are no units of that type. I guess we have to wait. That's not how that should work. Okay, we can... They have run up a second army, but we could just take their second army individually. Mostly I wanted to make sure that I picked the right tome and committed to this skill immediately before ending the episode. Let's see about this. This should be a really easy win. Yeah, that's good enough. I will accept that. That didn't break the siege, did it? No, because I was a little worried because the sieging army was involved, but that works just fine. And we got a level up. All right. Do you want Star Blades? Do you want bonus accuracy? You probably want bonus accuracy. Although we can, we can grab spell amplification right now. I'm taking that. We use a lot of damage spells. Maybe too many. Maybe it would be better if I were a little bit more focused on like buffing and whatnot. But I know what I enjoy. So okay, we can wait till next turn. I'm a little worried about this army threatening Mistuary, and we can't really do a ton about it. And Mistuary has 0 fortification. We can move an army pretty fast, but so can they. That said, this army would not stand up against us in combat, and if they took Mistuary, we would be able to take it right back. But I'm wondering if I should have my fast-moving army bail. Have the siege held down by the secondary force. Because y'all can probably win this battle without... Yeah, we don't need to overflow this so much. Well, in any case, I wanted to make sure I got a couple of things committed. Those things got committed. So I think we're going to just go ahead and call it here. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, we are violently adding some cities to our empire. We are probably going to proper war with another player for the first time this game. And through it all, we are going to just keep reading as many books as we can, as fast as we can, because I've decided that is of critical importance. And we'll see you then.